Hi, I'm Dr. Wanda Bonnel, and with me is Dr. Kit Smith. We are excited today to be talking with you about our new fourth edition of proposal writing for DNP projects. It's been fun for us to see this come together. I've been a faculty at KU for many years, and I've enjoyed working with our DNP students. They are actually the reason that this textbook has come to be. Early in our DNP program, I recall students seemed sort of confused about the process of proposing and implementing their DNP project. So we put together some guidelines for them, and that's how this book started. And here's my colleague, Kit Smith.
Hi, I'm Dr. Kit Smith, and I've been faculty at the University of Missouri in Kansas City for many years. And I'm also excited to be here to talk about our new edition. But before we do that, I want to mention our new contributing author this year, Dr. Colleen Paramesh. Colleen is a practicing DNP. She's on faculty at the University of Kansas, and she teaches the DNP project courses there. And so now on to the book. We wanted to be sure that we built on the strengths of the previous editions, as well as made the necessary revisions and additions to this fourth edition. And so a couple of the things that we really wanted to build on were, number one, the short, concise chapters. We've heard from a number of people that students are busy, they don't have time to read for hours, and so the short, concise chapters are very helpful. Secondly, the organization of the book. If you look at the table of contents, it's really pretty much just a step-by-step of how to do the project proposal. That's very helpful. When you get into the chapters, you'll see that there's just a lot of practical content and helpful activities. And they really are not just academic in nature. They really are activities and content that, if applied, really do move the student forward in completing the proposal. And then finally, the project triangle. We kept that in this book. We feel strongly that it's very helpful. We've heard some people use it, some don't. Just two strengths of it, among others. One, it is really an overview, a big picture of what this project is all about, and students find that very helpful. And then once students get into the nitty-gritty of the project, the triangle itself is really very helpful in keeping the project focused and consistent. So those were some of the strengths we wanted to build on. And then we also wanted to make revisions, and not the least of which is the look of the book. And so I'm going to pass it back to Wanda.
Okie doke. And what you are seeing here is our old third edition. And so you may be a little bit surprised when you see our new fourth edition that it is a larger textbook. And we're happy to have this larger size because it allows us to do a larger layout and easier for the students to follow and find information. So we're really happy. The picture is very similar, but it is a new larger size, same book that we hope that you have enjoyed using in the past. And as Dr. Smith was saying, some of the things that we have added, in addition to changing the look of our book, is we've got more focus this time on the AACN Essentials. And you know how important that is. And we have reflections in each of our chapters now to help students think about how their projects are contributing to their mastery of competencies with these essentials. So that's one change. We also have added more on quality improvement. We have always had a full chapter on quality improvement, but since so many students do a QI project, we have now added additional boxes and information and resources in each chapter to help our students with the quality improvement. And since we've also had questions about, can our book be helpful to students who are online as well as face-to-face classrooms, we decided we've added some specific discussion questions that are going to help students, again, think about and apply the content with their projects and share with each other, whether they're online or face-to-face. So additionally, we know how busy our faculty are. And since our faculty are so busy, we have added more tools to help our students do self-assessments and be accountable for the projects that they're working on. Again, we've added, as Kit mentioned, the project triangle. We have more templates. And what we find is that these one-page documents help make it easier for our students to communicate what they're doing at the beginning of the project so they don't get into a full draft and find they've got problems. So we are really happy with these one-page documents that help students communicate and take accountability for outlining the big picture of their projects. And again, this helps students tie pieces together. I appreciate that Kit mentioned that we have a chapter by chapter format to help students put the pieces together, makes the outline table of contents make sense to the students and as they move forward. We also then end each chapter again with the essentials. We have a section, we know how important it is again for our students to document what they're learning. So we have an essentials and tips box to help the students put together a notebook that shows the competencies that they have gained in putting their project together. And that basically talks about how we have moved our textbook from third edition to fourth edition, big picture approach at least. We also want to make sure that you're aware that we have a faculty guide and that we have chapter PowerPoints. We again are hoping to make the job easier for our faculty. So please keep this in mind. And Kit, anything else to say?
I think just that we've enjoyed working on and pulling together this new fourth edition, and we hope that you'll find it useful. And again, we want to acknowledge the contributions of our new contributing author, Dr. Colleen Paramesh.
Okay, thank you all for your time, and thanks for taking a look at our new fourth edition.